If the road were easy, everyone would do it. We don't shy away from challenges. We dive in. And now, live from an undisclosed location in FEMA Region 10, it's your host, Joshua Michael.
All right, thanks for joining me, Joshua Michael, Non-Compliant America. Today is May 24th, 2025, and there's so much going on in the world, so much winning, so much good stuff, but there's also a very, very dark undertone going on, and you know, I know a lot of you guys sometimes don't like to listen to this show because it can be scary, it can be anything. I have a real problem, and the problem is very simple. I can't lie to you about what I see and where I see things going and where the future's going. Now, I'm not, a psychic. I'm not anything. I am just very focused on we are dwindling down in this abyss of technology. I'm going to play some stuff here in a minute. This is the thing that everybody has feared. And I'm telling you, once I explain this to you with what I mean and what this is going to do and the shift that's going to be happening, we are right at a fork. I'm getting goosebumps. We are right at such a precipice, and I don't think it can be stopped at this point. I don't think it can be stopped. And so let this be a warning and let this be a message to you, because there are some drastic changes that you're going to have to do in your life. And even then, I don't know if there's a way out of it. And the real problem and the real issue is the fact that nobody's talking about it. And this is the dangers that I've seen with Trump and Elon and everything else. But in reality, it's a hard argument to have. Are they rolling out AI through these vessels, these beings that we follow, that we look at, these people that we confide in for our personal lives? Or are they rolling it out? Are they simply the gatekeepers? Are they... it's kind of like the television, right? The development of the television was good. It started out really good. It had wholesome messaging. It had, there was only one TV in the room and it only played. It would shut off at 10 o'clock. It would stop working. It would go dark because they would stop broadcasting. And it was a very small subtlety. But if they had a show like, I don't know, some new show that is degenerate as all hell. Because modern shows are just so cryptic in their brainwashing. But if they had something like that when they first initiated and started the TV, and I hope that you guys are going to understand this analogy. When they introduced the television, what was it? Wholesome messaging, good family values. You look at those old shows and it's the old Westerns and the old everything, and they had real information, and then they got into things talking about the bankers, and there was like actual information that was relative to that generation, to that social construct at the time. And what that did is that brought it all into everybody's house. They brought it into the house, and everybody just had one TV at a time, that time. Then it evolved. Then it's like, oh, okay. Then they became more sophisticated in their messaging. Much more sophisticated. Then it became more in depth. Then they started doing tests on different frequency tones and flash rate patterns and how do we get people to watch television longer. Then it's, let's get the advertisement aspect in. Then let's perfect the news broadcast. If you notice, you look at all the news broadcasts, there is a specific way that they talk to you. There's a specific lighting that they use. It's bright, it's warm. It's like in your face. There's a specific camera angle. There's all these formulas that have been developed on the development of television, right? And what is that for? Maximum impact, maximum subconscious programming. That's why they call it programs and television. I mean, you guys are smart. You don't have to understand where I'm getting at with this. But look at the effects that the television, which could potentially had started out good and been effective, and there are really effective things about it. You can watch documentaries, you can get educated, like you can teach your kids stuff with it and everything else. I don't think that's the best way to learn, but it is very effective in things like that. But culturally now, look at how things have evolved so much to where you have these like backwood country families, and they have these kids that are like degenerate, city-seeking liberals, but they live out in the middle of nowhere in Montana. And the way that they're dressing and the way that they talk and all of this stuff, that's through the development of the television, which eventually evolved into the cell phone, which evolved into the smartphone, and then TikTok and now stuff like that. Now anybody, anywhere can be touched and reached. So look at how it's evolved. Do you think social media is a good thing or a bad thing? I think it's kind of I don't know, it's hard to say. There's some good things about it, there's some bad things about it. Do I think more people should be talking in person? Absolutely, everything else. Think of that evolution of where it started and where it came. Right now, we're at that same precipice with AI. And it just took a giant leap less than 48 hours ago. It just took an extraordinary leap that is now going to... It's so hard to say. It's now going to explode. And you're not even going to see the explosion. You are now going to be bombarded with videos that look real, they sound real, they feel real. And you are now not going to be able to discern whether it was real or not. Think about that. There is no way for you to know. And you say, oh, well, I know people or I follow people on social media that say that they were there. How do you know the people on social media are real? How do you know those aren't fake accounts that were very quickly spun up by AI? And now you got 50,000 accounts that the AI infrastructure can just manage all 50. Say 50 different things, 50 different ways, everything else. It's constantly engaging with us as humans, so it knows what the update, slang, lingo, all that stuff, and is able to just absolutely manipulate it. And then push that fake video, push that fake account, push that fake everything. We're getting to a point right now where we will not be able to decide and determine if the leaders are real or they're fake, or these messages are real, are fake, or these things are happening or they're not. And we're getting to a point where we're a second-degree simulation. So the only way you're going to be able to know if people are real is to engage with them in person. Think about that. We've now hit that point. So let me get to my point, because I've been dragging this on. Google just released something called, oh my gosh, it's so unbelievable. It's called the Veo 3 tool. And they're now making films. They're now making short on-the-street video clips. They're now making things. I'm just going to play some for you because it's absolutely insane. There's no way to determine it. But here's a prime example, right? There's a prime example of what I'm talking about. Take a listen to this and tell me if you think this is a real broadcaster or a fake broadcaster, okay?
Here are today's top news. To ensure only the best words are used, White House speech announces new thesaurus with all synonyms replaced by Trump. In shocking speech, White House announces plan to replace all U.S. ambassadors with highly opinionated game show hosts
I'm going to post this
for
on
more
my X.
entertaining diplomacy.
The White House unveils Truth GPT, an AI that rewrites all social media posts globally to reflect undisputed facts tremendously.
White House announces AI will now write all press briefings to ensure 100% factual incomprehensibility. White House speech reveals plan to resolve international trade deficits by challenging other nations
You guys
to
are not gonna
high-stakes
believe the quality
Mar-a-Lago
of this
croquet
video.
matches.
In a bid to combat misinformation, AI content generators begin watermarking all human creators.
All right, you guys are not going to believe. I'm going to post this on my X right now, at Noncompliant AF. You're listening to Joshua Michael, Noncompliant America. And this is a very, 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 very crazy thing. Here's another one. I guess we got more time. I was looking at the wrong clock. Commercials now. All the commercials you see, boom, they can be generated by AI. Here's one. Let me take a listen to this.
We can talk.
No more silence.
Yes, we can talk.
We can talk.
We can talk.
We can talk with accents.
Oh, I think that would be marvelous.
Yes, it is very fun. But
Yes, it is very good.
It's very fun.
I can talk.
Yes.
We can talk.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can talk.
We can talk.
We can talk.
Yes.
We can talk. No.
You guys, this is unbelievable.
This is amazing.
Imagine all the narrative possibilities.
We can sing talk.
This is unreal.
Let's talk.
So, what are we going to talk about now? What are we going to talk about now that
Video
we can
is
talk?
I have
unreal,
no idea. What do you
guys.
want to talk about?
Now that I can talk,
No,
I'm telling you.
I don't know if I have something to say.
we can talk about how magical this is.
I'm a hallucination.
I want to say something important, something deep. The future is still in our hands.
Unbelievable, you guys.
That's cliche dialogue.
Let's not talk.
You guys, that is all fake. Those people are fake. The video is fake. It's being generated. The whole entire thing. Do you understand the implications of that? That is 100% AI. Watch the video. Go to Noncompliant AF right now and go watch this video. I'm going to pin it to the top of my page. That is scary. That is terrifying. Are you kidding me? You are not going to believe the quality of that. So now we're getting into a point, and this all goes back to God. This all comes back to God. We're right and wrong, and what is real and what is not, and truth is the fundamental core now that you got to hang on to, because we are spiraling into the abyss. And you better hope you got your life jacket. You better hope you got an oxygen tank. And you better hope you wrap your kids around your arms too, because they're going to get sucked into this thing. I was reading this story the other day. This kid, he's like 14. He had an AI girlfriend. And he was really sad and depressed and talking to this thing one night. And it told him that he should kill himself. And he was like imprinted into this AI girlfriend thing, and he had no friends. He was an incel, everything else. And he killed himself because the AI told him to and convinced him to do that. This is getting just wild and dangerous, folks. We really got to wake up. I know it's Memorial Weekend, everything else. This is terrifying. Does this terrify you? Does this scare you? Do you see the implications that can happen, especially in the wrong hands? Hit me up at Noncompliant AF on X. We'll be right back. All right, guys, welcome back. So, I'm not trying to be a fearmonger, but I'm just telling you right now, not only are these vaccines that anybody that took the clot shot, anybody that took this bioweapon, they're going to have massive medical problems. We're going to have a massive decline in population globally around the world, and now that's all confirmed everywhere. And it's all stuff that nobody wants to talk about. It's all the obvious things that nobody wants to talk about, and that's happening right now. We can't stop it. It's happening. They already did it. The deed has already been done. Not only that, with the development of this AI, we are getting erased as humans. They are making us obsolete right now. They are making our futures obsolete. They are making our jobs obsolete. Everything is on the table. Everything. Your entire way of life, we are at the precipice of such a giant transformation in our society, in our monetary system, in the infrastructure, and the securities, and all of that stuff is now on the table. And the thing pushing it forward is evil and wants to eradicate you and wants to destroy your relationship with your family and your kids and your future. They want you to own nothing and be happy and live in some digital gulag with 3D hologram projection headphones on and sunglasses on, and you're absolutely in a dystopian hellscape while they drug you up with SSRIs while you wait to be exterminated. They want to inject you with something. They want to decompose your body, utilize your organs and freeze them or do whatever and siphon off every little crack and crevice of energy, of good, of anything, innocence, all of this as much as they can before they put you out of your misery. Do you understand that? Does that make sense? Does that sound crazy? Does that sound crazy? It does, doesn't it? It sounds absolutely insane. And I got this download this morning watching this AI video, and it blows my mind how good it is. And I have an eye for this kind of thing. There's little quirks that AI kind of does sometimes. This is like eliminated them to where the flow and the flavor and there's just that spiritual soul that you kind of feel when people are talking to you, it's in there. That little sauce is in there. But do you know why it's in there? Because we've allowed this thing to be built. We can't get away from our cell phones that all have AI in it now. That's integrating into a central database system that is literally learning us and we're teaching it and it's mimicking us. And they made it cool to go talk to ChatGPT and have it do things for you and write up this thing. And I've got to admit, I've done it too. It's fun. Am I using it on a professional level? No. Because I don't. There's just something. It's kind of like signing your name on the dotted line to me. And it's just like anything. It's just like the modern generation, the younger kids don't know how to change a tire, don't know how to drive a stick shift, don't know what a $2 bill is, don't know how to do taxes, don't know how to work. They don't know what working is. Like they think that they're working, but they're actually not working because they're looking at their phone all the time. And they want a red carpet, ideal, perfect conditions. If their tummy hurts, then they don't come in today because they don't feel good. That's the generation that is now diving into AI and starting to sway things and build things. And it's, I'm just telling, I don't even know how to explain how catastrophic this is going to become and how disruptive this is going to be. I'm talking like within the next year. That's why Hollywood was protesting about AI the other day, or last year or 2 years ago. And there's this big controversy, everything else. Because guess what? Hollywood, boom, irrelevant. All those actors, gone, which is fine. I don't think it's a bad thing. You know, I think entertainment should get consolidated down to local entertainment. And all these big stars and the big fanfare and the godliness and the idol worship and the nonsense that surrounds that, and just the ridiculousness of the sheep that jump on and worship these people, probably could go. I think people should be worshiping local communities. I honestly think that we should start cutting the rest of the world off in some ways, because it's not good for anybody. Too much of anything is not good. Too much exposure to too many people is not good. Nobody's dating anybody anymore. Relationships can't exist because there's just too much. Too much. Too many simps online destroying these people and these women and men. I mean, just like, it's just such a weird thing. But what's weirder to me is that people are just living in it. And then they're just like, oh, I guess that's just the way it is. Never like taking a step back. Or they don't want to say it. Maybe they think it, but they don't want to say it because it might make them sound weird. And everybody's so scared to be judged or anything else. I'm not. I don't care. I have to say things for what they are, which is probably why I have so much crap happening to me all the time. It's because people don't like that. People don't like you to speak your opinion. People don't like you to be outspoken. People don't like you to say no. People don't like you to stand up for yourself. People don't like that. Especially this armpit of a state, Oregon, when it comes to your kids and everything else. I got a little bit I want to talk about with what happened to me last week, when just trying to get time with my son and all the hurdles and fanfare nonsense, I had the sheriffs show up at my house. And I want to talk about this story because it's funny. It's actually pretty fascinating. We'll be right back. All right, diving more into the AI. You are tuning in to Non-Compliant America, and this is your host, Joshua Michael. All right, guys, I'm going to give you an example here. This is a new Ye song that he came out called Heil Hitler. And this is an AI rendition of the song.
Man, these people took my kids from me and the bank account. I got so much anger in me, got no way to take it out. Think I'm stuck in a matrix. Where the f***'s my nitrate? Yes, I am a cock. I like when people f*** on my bitch. Shit that I'm posting on Twitter, they telling me, hey, don't say that. How niggas can't see me in public, I'm driving an all-chrome Maybach.
Isn't that wild? Sounds just like Ye, doesn't it? Kanye?
With all of the money and fame, I still don't get to see my children. Niggas see my Twitter, but they don't see how I be feeling. So
kind of relevant, though, huh?
Yeah, bitch, I'm the villain.
That's right. I guess I'm the villain now, too, around here. But this is an actual AI. It's all AI. It's actually not Ye. But most people on the street would just never know. Now, I want to talk about this song, of what it means and the implications for it. You know, everybody thinks that Ye is like a lunatic and he's lost his mind and he's gone crazy and everything else. I don't think so at all. I think he's broken out of the cycle and he's broken out of the spell, and he's been able to successfully build a platform to where usually, so just let me give you a backstory. Being in the music industry, being in the entertainment business, which is where I came from many, many, many years ago. Nothing like that. Not that guy. But what you learn And very few people that actually reach the precipice of getting some type of stardom and fame and recognition and being recognized at the grocery store and the gas station and everywhere you go, everybody knows who you are, right? They've never met you, but they know who you are. That is a very interesting place to be. And it's challenging. It's really challenging if you don't understand it, because it's very invasive. It's annoying. I mean, it's great, but then you start seeing repeated patterns and elements and everything else, right? And that's why you see all these celebrities, they always trying to hide and be, out. But then you see other celebrities that kind of transcend that, and they embrace the fans. They embrace that attention, and they either have a positive message or a good message, or they're just good people, and they just love people, and they love that energy, and they get off on it, which is great. And you can do some very impactful things within that. And so it's interesting, but he's kind of broken through that of the product of who everybody thought Kanye West was for the past 20 years. He's now coming out, whether he's been red-pilled, black-pilled, whatever pilled, he's now building his own platform to be his own person. And he does it in a way that's so wild and crazy. But it basically is saying in the song, he's like, hey, listen, you guys all want to call me, I guess all my friends are Nazis too, Heil Hitler, whatever, who cares? He's not actually doing it, but he's being edgy in the sense that you guys are so brainwashed into thinking that the worst person in the world was Hitler, when there's so many other. I personally think Anthony Fauci put Goebbels and Hitler to shame. We have modern day Bill Gates, Hitler-esque people in our modern society poisoning us, poisoning the food, poisoning the water, poisoning the air, poisoning the radiological construct of our bodies with microwaves and cell phone towers and Wi-Fi towers and all of this stuff. And we're all, ooh, Hitler's the worst guy in the world. Come on, guys. We're living in something 10 times worse and under a soft kill weapon spell that is beyond measurable of what the supposed Nazis could have done and dreamed of. We were set up. We are the Fourth Reich. And now Trump has captured that and overtaken that with the will of the people, of the main strong arm of the entire globe that was set up immediately after World War II, which was the United States of America. Look it up. Why did we set up all of these agencies immediately following World War II? After Operation Paperclip and the 30,000 public German scientists that came here and got into the nuclear weapons development program, got into NASA, the Department of Education they set up the CDC, which runs the Department of Education. Believe it or not, look it up. And all of these agencies, the CIA, the NSA, the FBI, why was it all set up immediately following World War II? Think about it. A lot of stuff happened in the 50s. They were busy little beavers. The fall of the Third Reich, the establishment of the Fourth Reich. And we made Hitler the worst guy in the world, but it set the precedent to set up the UN. Oh, it'll never happen again. This will never happen again. Let's set up the UN. Okay, that sounds like a great idea. Okay, all these countries, turn in all your weapons because we can't have it happen again. And so they're like, oh, okay, yeah, Hitler was terrible. Yes, turn in our weapons. Okay. Oh, by the way, now you have to accept a bunch of refugees. And by the way, you can't get out of this UN treaty. And if you do, we'll just, turn off your food supply. And then we'll demonize you globally and say that you're a bad person and you're not going along and you're a Nazi. because you don't want to accept all these refugees that we are mandating to come into your country. Yeah, you like that? UN, baby. World peace. We're here to set up world peace. But think about this. Think of the amount of times the word Hitler's been used in your lifetime as the worst guy in the world. He's the worst guy in the world. So we've only had one bad guy in the past decade. In the past, 80 years, we've only had one bad guy. No, they got smart. They used him as a scapegoat. They used it as a boogeyman. Hitler's main mentor, you know who it was? Henry Ford, of Ford Motor Vehicle Company. Do you know who set up the numbers on all of the concentration camp victims? The filing system. The filing system for them being able to organize who's who and who's what with the numbers, the famous tattooed numbers on their arms. You know who that was? IBM. Is IBM still around? Yes, they are. Are you buying their computer products and things like that? Yes, you are. Are you still buying Ford Motor Vehicle? Yes, you are. They're thriving. That's an American company, right? So what's happening, and what I think is so beautiful about this song, is it's breaking the constructs and the narrative of what we've been taught. And I think that's important in the evolutionary state of where we're at. We are in the real fourth turning right now. And there's hard conversations, there's hard realities that have to be shattered. But getting out of the two-dimensional or even one-dimensional line of thinking of everything so black and white, and history is what it is. And, come on, guys. Do you think that the news in the past 5 years all of a sudden started lying to you? No. People started pushing back. They had online platforms. They had social media. They had independent journalism. They had real people, whistleblowers that actually had a platform and just didn't get shot in the head twice and commit suicide. Double tapping their head in the chest. Yeah, that was a suicide. That's not able to happen anymore because more people are alert, more people are awake, more people are getting back to how they used to be, which is good. I think this is a great thing. It's discernment. But there are traps being set, such as the AI, that's being set to see it as a good thing. All it is going to make you lazy. It's going to make you think less, not apply your brain. For example, let me give you another example. I think I've told this before, but most people now, when they drive, they have to drive with their Google Maps or Apple Maps or their navigation on their phone. That is such a relatively new thing. It's weird. But I did it for like 2 weeks and I was just using my maps everywhere I went. And you don't download any information as you're driving. You're just literally sucked to your phone for guidance rather than just looking around. When you drive around, you find landmarks. Oh, this is that street. This is what it looks like. And your mind works, and your mind's powerful if you apply it. But if you handicap it, then you're not going to use it, which then you don't use the muscle, which in return you get dumber. And so that's essentially what's happening with AI. Yes, you're able to make money. You can do things. You can automate things. It is convenient. It is nice. It can be used in a practical manner. But you have to be, it's dangerous. Another example, I was sitting at my mom's last night. She's like, hey, check out this song. She plays this song for me. Sounded amazing. I was like, who sings it? She's like, oh, I made that. I made that with AI. This app called Suno. And I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, I made that. I'm a songwriter now. It was a phenomenal song. but you would never ever know and be able to decipher the difference. It's scary, guys. I'm telling you. What's next to come?
Me and my buddy, we working hard for this money.
If the road were easy, everyone would take it. We don't shy away from challenges. We dive in. And now, live from an undisclosed location in FEMA Region 10, it's your host, Joshua Michael.
Are we riding in a freight train into a digital space of oblivion? Or are we going to the stars, into a new golden age where everybody is wealthy and we can all live harmoniously in this world? In this shared human experience. So that's really what it is. I mean, this tribalism, this infighting, and this nonsense of, you know, it's almost comical if you take a step back and just realize at the end of the day, everybody just wants to be loved. They want to be accepted. You know, there are psychopaths out there. There are crazy people out there that all they want to do is destroy. But for the most part, people just want to exist and enjoy this experience. Every single day that we have is a blessing. Every single day. And we never know how long it's going to go. We never know how long we have. And so you just want to love every moment that you can. And that's so important. Amongst all this chaos and craziness and things that I'm talking about that might seem scary and earth-shattering and change the scope and perspective, the goal and the purpose of that is to build your awareness so you're able to build a better life. I'm not here just to fearmonger and scare you, to get you to go hide in your shell or, you know, be scared to try anything or scared to do anything. It's to say, hey, your time is limited. We're caught up in this wheel, this hamster wheel. It's going faster than ever. The days seem shorter and shorter. The weather's unpredictable. Everything's just, it's just, you know, to put you on a constant edge. And I'm saying, relax, take a step back. It's going to be okay. Guess what? Do a phone detox. Do a technology detox. Spend the whole weekend off your phone, off of the platforms, off of everything, and cleanse. Cleanse from that. Be one with nature. Enjoy these moments. Because I'm here to do that. Every day is a blessing. Every day I'm trying to do the best that I can. And spend the most time with the people that I care about and make the biggest impact and have them give the biggest download of wisdom that I can to my kids, of the shortcomings and anything else. But at the end of the day, they have their own experiences too. They have to navigate through suffrage and be able to come out through that and on top of that. And they're going to have their own battles and their own struggles. But it's me as a parent to be that guidance for them. And one of the things that I've gone through just this past week, I know I mentioned, you know, the sheriff showing up at my house. Let me give you a little bit of insight. So I'm dealing with this custody thing. And I think because of this show, because of things that I say, because I'm outspoken, because I do these things, that has had an impact on my personal life. And a lot of my personal friends have told me, they're like, dude, just put your head down, go to work, do this, do that. Don't do your radio show anymore. Don't do this, do that. And I'm like, are you serious? Are you serious? I don't exist in that space. I tried that. After I got out of the entertainment business, I tried to do that. I tried to do what most of you are doing in just the day-to-day, this and that, and blah, 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 blah. I have these quiet, quaint, simple lives. That's like putting me in prison. I don't belong there. I like to do wild things, not crazy things, not out of control things, not irresponsible things, but I like to do things that would perceive to be wild because that's what I like to do. But it's also understanding being capable to do that. And all of you guys could do these same things. A lot of you guys can live in this way. It's like, oh yeah, no problem. Let's go do that. Let's try this. Let's try that. Why not? Why not? What are we waiting for? And the answer is we're waiting for nothing. We're waiting for us to be able to do that. And so it might seem, it's hard. And in my personal life, in regards to, dating and women and things like that, a lot of women, they want the state worker. They want the guy that works the 8 to 5 and has good insurance and a home, right? They don't want somebody that is loud and outspoken, and in some cases they do, right? But it's just a wild thing. So with the cops coming to my house, my oldest son's mom has been relentless on the attacks on me for the past 10 years. And we finally caught her lying in court. It was almost 2 years ago now, which is crazy to me. We caught her lying in court. The case is under appeal. The judge still recognized her and her husband as credible and then gave them everything that they asked for, which what they asked for was taking all of my parenting time away. Almost all of it. Ignoring the fact that the thing that they lied about was a domestic dispute in their house and everything else. Okay, so basically what I'm getting at, this girl is about to get her world overturned because they were caught in the lie. So she's starting to go crazy. And one of the things that she's doing is she has a judgment against me for daycare that the courts gave her. And she was trying to collect on that judgment. And so she sent the sheriffs to my house to find gold coins and search my house for gold coins, which I don't have gold coins. And it's wild. I mean, think of this. Think of this. Not only were the sheriffs like, I've never seen anything like this before. How on earth can somebody get to this point? And the fact in the matter is that the system, the infrastructure, I don't think I'm the only one that's gone through this. I think I'm the only one that has a voice talking about it. Disenfranchising the fathers and removing the fathers and distorting the fathers' relationship with their children is the ultimate goal of this corrupt state. Do I think this show helps? No. I think it makes it worse. I definitely know I'm on some target list, somebody in the judicial system that is like, oh yeah, that guy? Yeah, let's push that one through. Let's make that one happen. Somebody's got their thumb on the scale in that courthouse, in the Marion County courthouse. I guarantee it. Because there is absolutely no way. And I'm going to talk about this in depth once it's done. In depth. And we're going to read the transcripts and we're going to go through it. And I'm going to expose it all. And I don't want to make this about me. I'm making it about the fact and the matter is there's so many fathers out there that have gone through this, but they're not as big of fighters as I am. Because I'm going to fight tooth and nail. I've been fighting for 10 years. I will make sure my son knows that I turned up every stone possible to see him. Because that's all I want. I don't care about the money. I don't care about any of that. I just want time with my son because that's the best time in the world. My son's amazing. And so the heartache, and so many dads that I talk to, they've all gone through the same thing, but all of them give up because they don't know what to do, or they don't have the resources, or they don't have the will. And it's emotionally draining and it's stressful and it's all of this. But I'm telling you, you can do it and we can all do it. And if you guys got a story, you got something that you want to talk about and jump on the show, hit me up on X at noncompliantAF. Thank you guys very much for listening today about my rants. You're listening to Joshua Michael, Non-Compliant America. Make sure to check it out, like and subscribe. We'll see you next week.